Alright guys, you are welcome to this video tutorial where I will show you everything you need to know about Alight Motion. Alright, so Alight Motion is the best video editing app right now, and if you can know how to use it, definitely you become a professional smartphone video editor. Alright, so here is the interface as you can see, and if you want to create any project, just tap on this plus icon here. This is a place you can simply create any project. All right, you can choose your resolution, your frame rate, and your background. And here's a place you can simply see your project, this particular place here. So here's a place you can see the project you have created so far. All right, and here's a place you can simply see the element. So if you have any elements you have saved, then this is the place you are going to see it. And we have the tutorial section here. My data connection is not on right now, so you won't be able to see it. So you can watch some tutorials on YouTube by the application itself. All right, they'll show you how to do some things in Alight Motion and all of that. All right, then you can go to your home section, and I can tap on this 3D horizontal line here. I'll tap on it. Then right here you can set some things like your default layer duration. The normal layer duration is 2 seconds, but I want mine to be 10 seconds. Then you can set your audio resampling and everything, so you can do that here. So like I said, if you want to create a new project, just tap on this plus icon here. Then you can choose your aspect ratio. If you want to go for 9:16, 4:5 and all of that, but I prefer using 16:9. Alright, then you can choose your resolution. 180p is the highest resolution there. You can go for 720p if you don't want your video to be high quality. Alright, then the frame rate, it depends on you. I love using 30 fps. Then the background, if you want your background to be black, light gray, green, blue, white, or transparent. So one thing that I love about Alight Motion is that you can let your background to be transparent. I mean, this is amazing. Then you can input the particular video to any background you want once you save it. All right, so you can let your background be transparent if you don't want any color. All right, so I'll just go for white color right now. Then you click on this create project if you want to create any project. So I'll tap on create project. So once you do that, you have to wait for it to load. As you can see, here is it, and here's a place you can simply name your project where the arrow is showing. So I can just click on it. Then you can name your project anything you want. So let me just say into Alight Motion. All right, so as you can see, that should be my project name. Then the first thing you need to do is to click on this plus icon. So this plus icon is a place where you can add any layer to your video. Your layer like your text, your image, your video, your drawing, and any other things. All right, so I'll tap on this plus icon here. Then we have lots of section here. We have the shape section where you can simply input any shape of your choice. We have the media. So here's the place you can simply input your images, your video from your gallery. All right, then you click here where the arrow is showing, so you can choose the particular place you want to add your image or your video. So I can just click on my pixel app. Then once I click on pixel app, I'll wait for it to appear, as you can see. So right here you see all the images on your pixel app. So that is for image. And the audio, you can simply add any audio that is on your phone. All right, as you can see, here are the audio I have on my phone. So you can simply add any audio of your choice. And the objects, you can simply add any object you want. It depends on you. Then the elements, this is the element I have saved. If you have any saved elements, then you can simply add it right here. All right, so let me just click on shape and let me show you some things about shape. So I'll click on shape, this circle shape here. So immediately you click on shape, this is what will pop up. As you can see, I have many options here. All right, so I'll just click on this option. Here is like the timer and everything. It depends on what you want. All right, so let me just go back, and I have the option where I can trim. All right, so here's a place you can simply trim to left or play ahead where the arrow is showing. you can simply trim to length of play ahead, and this one you can simply trim to splint at play ahead, this place where the arrow is showing. Then this you can simply trim to right of play ahead. So if you are using KineMaster before, you should understand all of these things. All right, then let's move to the color section. Just click on color. So if you want to change the color of your layer, it might be your shape or anything, here's a place you can simply change the color. So let me just do something here. So just click here where the arrow is showing if you want a specific color for your layer. All right, I'll click here where the arrow is showing. So right here I can simply choose the color I want. Then you can just choose any color you want. All right, so I love using something like red. So I'll tap on this place where the arrow is showing. I'll click on the mark. So immediately you change the color, this is what you are going to see, as you can see. All right, then you can click here where the arrow is showing to just pick the color code and all of that. You can reduce the transparency and increase the transparency, it depends on you. All right, so I'll go back and I'll click on this border and shadow. That's the next thing. Let me tap on border and shadow. Then right here you can simply increase the stroke of your shape and all of that, it depends on you. Make sure you turn it on here where the arrow is showing. That is the place you can simply turn it on. Then you can increase the stroke and decrease the stroke. But right now I don't want to use that. And here's the place you can simply choose the fading. All right, so if you want your shape to be like this or this, it depends on you. All right, so let's see, you can add a border here and you can just play around everything in Alight Motion and you definitely get it. All right, so let's move to the blending and opacity. So if you want to blend your shape, you can simply use this section. All right, let's say you have two layers and you want to blend the two layers together. All right, then you can choose darken, lighting, contrast, difference, color, and all of that. So we have so many blending options here, you can simply go for that. So the next thing is move and transform. So this is where so many people get it confused, and it is not that confused. So just listen to me and you definitely get it at this part. All right, so when it comes to move and transform, we have a lot of options. All right, and I'm going to explain every options to you. All right, all these features right here, I'm going to explain every one of them and how it works. So the first thing we have here is this animation, this keyframe rather, where the arrow is showing. So here is a place you can simply add a keyframe to your layer. So let's say you want to animate your layer, then you can simply add the keyframe. And when you are adding the keyframe, make sure you are following this line where the arrow is showing, this white line, that is the cursor. This is very, very important. All right, it is where you place the cursor that the keyframe will be added. So if I place the cursor at 0.00 seconds, and if I add a keyframe at that point, it is going to add a keyframe at that particular point. So when you are adding a keyframe, make sure you are following this cursor, this white line here where the arrow is showing. It is very, very important. All right, so let's say I want to add a keyframe now at the beginning of my video. Okay, before I move to keyframe, let me talk about another things right here. So let's talk about this where the arrow is showing. So here's a place you can simply position your text. You can move your text anyhow you want, it depends on you. All right, and if I click here where the arrow is showing, so here's a place you can simply rotate your layer. So this is a circle shape, there's no how I'll rotate it that will show. All right, so if I'm using another layer now, maybe an image or something else, you are going to see the auto rotate feature. All right, so I'll click here where the arrow is showing. So here's a place you can simply increase or decrease the size of your layer. So I can increase the size by swiping right, as you can see. You can increase the size by swiping right, and you can decrease the size by swiping left, as you can see. It all depends on you. All right, and the next thing we have is this. So you can simply do some things right here, it depends on you, but I don't use this feature yet. All right, so let's go back to the keyframe section. So like I said, this cursor line, it is very, very important when you are adding your keyframe. So any place the cursor line is, that is replace the keyframe will be added. So let me add a keyframe here at the starting point. I'll add the keyframe. Then let me move to 1 seconds. All right, 1.0 seconds, and add another keyframe. As you can see, I am following this line. Like I said, it is very, very important to follow the line. All right, and let me say at this 0.00 seconds, I want this to be coming from here. All right, this is just an example. All right, guys, so let's play this and let's see how it looks. As you can see, so this particular thing I did right now, it added an animation to my shape. All right, as you can see. Then you can also add something we call graph or curve. All right, so here's a place you can simply add the curve where the arrow is showing. So I can tap on it. So we have different type of curve we can add. All right, so this will just make your animation to look more perfect. It depends on what you want. So right here, I can just add this curve. I can just place it anyhow I want, and let me see how it looks. As you can see the curve. All right, so you can choose any curve you want. I can just tap here where the arrow is showing. So this is a bouncing curve. You can just adjust it with your hand and all of that. All right, so let's see. As you can see, so this is a bouncing curve. All right, you can add any curve you want. All right, so let me just remove the curve. I don't want to use any curve. Okay, this is okay by me. I don't want to use any curve right now. All right, so what's the next thing? Okay, let me explain this edit shape. All right, so if you click on edit shape, you have a lot of things right here. So you can simply increase the size, that is the edge, and you can simply decrease the the x-axis. You can simply increase it, and the y-axis you can increase it or decrease it. All right, it just depends on you. All right, so what's next? So let me go to effects. All right, so before I go to effects, let me delete this circle shape and add another shape to it. So let me just add another shape. I'll be adding a square shape right now. Then I'll just increase the size a little bit, and I'll change the color. Then I can change the color to any color I want. All right, so let's move to the effects. All right, so if I tap on effects and you click on add effects, so Alight Motion have a lot of effects you can simply use for your video. There are a lot of effects right here, and you can simply choose any one you want. It depends on the particular thing you want to achieve in your video. So we have the color and light, the drawing and edge. Let me click on this drawing and edge. Then you see a lot of effects in this particular section. Then you can choose any one you want. So let me click on this drawing progress. So let me click on, we have so many options here. You can click on any one you want to go for. Okay, this is not what I want. Drawing progress. Then let me click on draw gradually. All right, draw gradually. So if I play this video right now, you are going to see how it will work. As you can see the drawing effects. So this is the drawing effect, as you can see. All right. Then you can simply edit it right here. You can just edit it anyhow you want. It depends on what you want to achieve. So I just delete this effect. Like I said, you can add as many as possible effects you want. All right, you can just add any effect you want to use for your layers, your text, or anything. All right, so what's next? So let me explain this where the arrow is showing. So if you tap on any layer right now and you click on this where the arrow is showing, so you can simply copy the layer or duplicate the layer. So let's say I want to copy the layer. Let me click on copy layer. Then I'll click on this again and you click on paste layer. So once you do that, you are going to have two different layers of the same. All right, Or instead of doing that, you can just go for duplicate direct. Let me delete this. So instead of copying and pasting the layer, you can just click here again and duplicate the layer. So you can tap on duplicate and you have the same layer right here. Alright, as you can see. So that's for that. And we also have this section where you can simply zoom in and zoom out and everything. So as you can see, this is the place you can simply zoom in and you can zoom out. Alright, so I want it like this. That's 100%. So I'm going to go back. So there is one more thing. Let's say you want to group two layers together. So let me just delete this. Let me add another layer. Alright, so let me adjust this. So let me add a text right now. So I'll click on this plus icon here, then I'll click on text. So let me just write anything. Let me just say maybe my name, Omoshomonjuwon. Then I want it to be in the middle. I will align it. So here's a place you can simply align your text where the arrow is showing. So I can align my text here, as you can see. Then here's a place you can simply change the font where the arrow is showing. I can change my font of my text and I can change it to any font I want. You can click on view all fonts to see all the fonts available you can simply use. Alright, let me just use Montserrat semi-bold. Alright, then you can also increase the size and decrease the size. It depends on you. Then the color, here's a place you can simply change the color. I'll tap on it. I want a white color. Alright, so that's for text. Then you can also click on effect and add some text effect to it. It depends on what you want. There are a lot of text effects. Let me just tap on add effects. So you can just click on let me use text. As you can see, text. Then we have a lot of text effects here. So let me choose text randomizer. This is it, text randomizer. I'll tap on it. Then I'll click on maybe standard settings. So let's just play this. Okay, I think this is hanging. You can just adjust it anyhow right here. Alright, so you can pick any text effect you want and adjust it. Alright, so let me delete this. So like I said, if you want to group your text and your shape now, so let's say I want this my text and this my shape to be in just one layer. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll click here where the arrow is showing. I'll tap and hold on it. Then I'll tap and hold on my image also. Then I'll click here where the arrow is showing for me to group. Here's a particular place to group. So I'll tap on it, as you can see. So right now I have my text and my image in just one layer. So I can perform any magic to this. I can just add an animation key to it and do anything to it. Alright, so you can also add the same effect and it will apply to two of them together. You can add a color and it will apply to two of them together. You can move it together. Alright, so you don't have to move it one by one. I can just move it anyhow I want, so because they are together now. Alright, so that is for grouping. Alright, so another thing here is if you want to trim your layer, it's very simple. You just tap on this. I've explained this before. The trim to left of player head, trim to splint of player head, and trim to right of player head. So let me just tap on this where the arrow is showing. That is trim to right of player head. So I'll tap on it. As you can see, we have this. Alright, so let's say you want to edit something inside the text. We have grouped the text and the image together now. That's a square shape. We have grouped them together now. Let's say I want to edit the color of the shape, and right now there's no way I can edit the color of the shape, but there's how we can simply do it on Alight Motion. So just click on this edit group. As you can see, we have the text and the shape right now. Then you can perform any magic to it. So I'll just tap on this shape. I'll change the color to black. Then I'll click on my text. Okay, this is white already. I love it like this. So once you are done editing what is inside the group, you are going to click back. Alright, as you can see, we have this right now. So this is absolutely very simple. All right. So what's next I need to explain here? So I think I've explained a lot of things. Then this is the undo and redo, where the arrow is showing. You can simply undo and redo. You can play your video here and a lot of things. So let's say you want to save this group as elements. So anytime you want to use it, you can simply use it on your video. So just tap on these three dots here where the arrow is showing. Then you click on save to my elements. I'll tap on it, as you can see. So anytime I want to use this particular group, I can simply input it from my element to any of my video. All right, that's the importance of saving your video as your elements. All right, so if it is a text effect, so anytime you want to use the text effect on your video, you can simply input it on your video. Just click on your element. This is the element. So let's say I want to input the particular element right now in this video. I'll tap on this plus icon, then I'll click on this element. As you can see, here's the element we save. This is it, as you can see. So you can simply input it in any video you are creating. That's the importance of saving your video as elements. All right. So there are a lot of things about Alight Motion. One thing for you to understand more about Alight Motion is you practicing. All right. Just go to your Alight Motion app. Then make sure that you click on every layer to see how it works. That's how you learn. All right. Because I can't explain every single thing to you. Just make sure that you go to your Alight Motion for this particular information you have gotten, and I think you have you now know how to use Alight Motion from this particular information I have shared. But you also need to practice and see how some things work in Alight Motion. All right. So let's say we are done with our video and you want to save your video. Here's a place you can simply save your video where the arrow is showing. Then you can save your video as GIF, image sequence, project package. So you can simply save your video as project package. So let's say you want to share your project with another person, then you can export your video as project. So you can share it to any person you want. That's just about that. So this is the end of this video tutorial, and I'll be creating more videos on Alight Motion on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe right now so you won't miss any video I created about Alight Motion. I'll be dropping a lot of videos on text effects in Alight Motion, lot of things about Alight Motion. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you'll be notified anytime I drop that video. And once you subscribe, make sure you turn on the notification so you get you get the notification once I drop the video. All right. So I also have a video editing course, a smartphone video editing course that will teach you how to create amazing videos using your smartphone. So if you want to register for the course, just click on the link in the description of this video and register for the course. All right. So the course will teach you everything you need to know about creating amazing videos using your smartphone. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video tutorial.